I would like to invite our first paper presenter, right? So that will be presented by Yang Berbahagia, Dato Surveyor Haji Rozali bin Haji Mohamud, Mayor Seberang Perai City Council. While listening to the paper, my dear audience, right? So make sure that you can always communicate with our presenter. Drop in all the issues and comments so that we can read out loud on our chat box or even on our FB Live, right? So we promise you at the end of the day, there will be something happening, but let's keep that secret, okay? And for this paper presentation, the presenter will be given about half an hour, 30 minutes for presentation, and there will be about 15 minutes of question and answer session. And we wish to have interaction with all our audience online, right? So let me read out a little bit about Yang Berbahagia Dato so that we could know him up close, right? So Dato Surveyor Haji Rozali bin Haji Mohamud is the Mayor of Seberang Perai City Council, MBSP. He is a Professor Fellow of the Royal Institution of Surveyors Malaysia, FRISM, a registered valuer and registered estate agency with the Board of Valuers, Appraisers and Estate Agents Malaysia, ISO 9001 Lead Auditor and an ISO 9001 Internal Auditor. He is also the Chief Information Officer for Seberang Perai City Council, who is responsible for developing initiatives and strategies to realize Seberang Perai Smart City. He has implemented various action plans including low carbon city initiatives, environmental protection, culture and arts promotion, care for animals, crime prevention, road safety and healthy living. Dato Surveyor Haji Rozali also formulated MBSP Strategic Plan 2018-2022, the Low Carbon City Green Print 2022, and the Seberang Perai Climate Action Strategy. He initiated the Seberang Perai Circular Economy Roadmap CER for waste sector, which aims to diversify economic sectors in the city and to provide opportunities for young entrepreneurs to explore new ideas through innovative smart solutions. Furthermore, he has also been selected by the ICLEI, Local Government for Sustainability, as advisor for the Global Executive Committee, ICELI, in the portfolio of the Climate Action and Low Emission Development for the term of 2021 to 2024. All right, so with that, our beloved audience, let's now hear from Yang Berbahagia Dato Surveyor Haji Rozali bin Haji Mohamud. Yang Berbahagia Dato, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Madam Moderator, Dr. Atia, my hand was sweating when you give my background profile. I didn't realize that it was contributed so much. Thank you for the introduction, Doctor.
Welcome, Dato. You deserve it. I'm very happy to see you. Thank you so much to be with us in this session. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I feel very grateful to National Landscape Department, Ministry KPKT for inviting me to be in this forum, a very prestigious forum for all the landscape professional, National Landscape Department, and also the Kementerian for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much to the sponsors and also core members of the organization. I was given half an hour to talk about the profession contribution to realize the SDG. Let me start with a little bit introduction of the Seberang Perai. Can I have a next slide, please? Who is handling the slide?
We are handling the slides, Dato. Yeah, we are handling the slides. Yeah.
I can't see the slide.
It's coming now.
Okay, let me start with a brief introduction. Seberang Perai is in northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, opposite the Penang Island, a strip of land elongated with 738 kilometers square, 1.06 million population and density of 1,439 per kilometer square. The land use almost balanced, agriculture 48%, and the rest is 52%. It's almost balanced. We are lucky to have this type of land use in Seberang Perai. Next slide, please. SDG framework is always mainstreaming in the administration of Seberang Perai City Council. It became a reference point for all the activities, for all the program, as well as vision and mission in Seberang Perai. Next slide, please. The vision of Seberang Perai, which was results of many discussions with the local people, Seberang Perai, resilient, inclusive, green, competitive, and technology-driven smart city with a mission to provide urban service, development planning, and infrastructure efficiently, effectively, and responsive to the need of the community. The last sentence, responsive to the needs of the community, with guide us to have a very heavy discussion with the local community on all activity that you want to implement in Seberang Perai. The landscape architect has a very prominent role to translate vision and mission into a real reality that can be felt by the community. Next slide, please. We have a corporate strategy. It's very ambitious. I know it's not easy to achieve the corporate targets. Low carbon city by 2022, carbon neutral city by 2030, and zero carbon city by 2050. At Seberang Perai, together with the other cities in the world, we are committed to fight or to stop or to limit the global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. This is a very ambitious corporate target, but as usual, if we put a lower target, surely we can achieve, but we don't move or we don't go anywhere. Might as well we put up a high target so that something will happen and we change the scenario or will satisfy the requirement of the local community. Next slide, please. The KPI, corporate KPI to increase recycling rates in the country, to increase the recycling rate to 70%. Now we have achieved 52.16% of recycling rate, which is the highest in the country. I can say that. And we promise to cut down or reduce the solid waste by 50% from 1.6 kilo per person to 0.8 kilo per person per day. Reduce green gas emission from 8 ton carbon dioxide equivalent as it is now to 4 ton carbon dioxide equivalent in year 2022, and 50% renewable energy consumption, 100% LED street lights, central business district with transit-oriented development concept for each district, and Seberang Perai circular economy roadmap to be implemented in Seberang Perai. Next slide, please. The outcome of this vision that will be expected by the resident of Seberang Perai is a smart, sustainable city. It's very ambitious, but that was the results from the various consultation with the local. Aspiring city of Seberang Perai will be a future expectation of the resident that answer our tagline, aspiring city of tomorrow. The landscape architect has, as well as the other profession, you have a very important role to play according to your profession, especially the landscape architect, so that we can reduce the carbon emission and reduce the global warming all over the world. Next slide. Just to share with the audience, Seberang Perai was officially declared as a city in September 16, 2019, in conjunction with the Malaysia Day. Barely 6 months after declaration, the whole country was under MCO. It started from 18 March, and many things was impacted economically. Our revenue also impacted. I was interested with moderator statement. Pandemic is a motivation. I like that word. I remember you mentioned just now, pandemic is a motivation. It's true, because pandemic, COVID-19 came with the new norms. Can you move to the next slide? During pandemic COVID-19, the movement was restricted, and it helps to expedite our solution to the present problem in Seberang Perai, which is congestion, flood mitigation, payment gateway or cashless initiative. Those are some of the initiatives that we are promoting during COVID-19, and the pandemic helped us to expedite this solution that was as a result from the various discussions with the local residents. For example, like 20-minute neighborhood concept was initiated during the first anniversary of the city, and it's when the pandemic COVID-19 infected us, it will expedite the process of 20-minute neighborhoods concept. This concept about living locally, giving people the ability to meet most of their daily needs within 20-minute walks from home, with access, safe cycling, local transportation, and also the needs of the housing, office, restaurant, park, hospital within the 20-minute distance. I remember your question just now, Madam Moderator, once more again, how much we means landscape architect, can put ourselves in this pandemic situation. A lot. I want to say that a lot the landscape architect can contribute. For example, like when we implement the 20 minutes neighborhoods concept in Bandar Perda, as we know now, the country is in the hot season. Everyday temperature is about 25 to 33 degrees Celsius during lunchtime. We need a more parallel tree planting along the safe cycling lanes and also along the the walkways in the city. Can I get another slide?
Thank you so much, Dato. Agree with you, definitely. Yes.
Yes. I remember your word, you asked how much? A lot. I want to answer a lot.
Oh, thank you so much, Dato. With what you said, with your smile, oh my God. This is so promising. Thank you, Dato. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I move to the next slide?
Yes, next one.
Please. Okay, this is the concept and also action taken in Bandar Perda, where the green lungs, the office, MBSP headquarters, and the mosque is the nerve of the activity. People are walking from their residential houses in Taman Pau to the green lung, to the CBD or Central Business District to the hospital, and also to the Bukit Tengah railway station, so that they can get commuters for the intercity traveling, all within the 20 minutes walking distance and about 800 to 1 kilometer distance. Everything is here, and fortunately, the headquarters of MBSP and the Perai Mosque is the nerve of the activity. Next slide, please. I would like to share, I must justify myself because I'm a valuer. I'm concerned about the price of the property in this area also. When we implemented the 20-minute neighborhood concept, the price of the property from 42,500 per unit was increased to 165,000 because the environment was changed, was turned around from a B40 residential area into a high-end residential area, because the view, the sceneries and the landscape done by our landscape department as well as our Wira Orange contributed a lot to the whole cityscapes. Next. These are the timeline, the action, the program that was taken and will be taken in future. We started with One Baby, One Tree program, and continue with the cycle to work at location B to create a connectivity between the residential area and the working area as well as the town area. And location C is upcycle park, the first upcycle park in the country. And location D, Tacoma Park, where most of the trees planted, introduced, designed by Landscape Department at Tacoma. E is Eco Corridor, and F, the latest one, is Green Corridor, sponsored by KPKT. I can say that. Thank you very much to KPKT. Next. One Baby, One Tree was a program with, we want to empower children to learn more and appreciate the environment. Besides that, it will become a shadow, become an area with a very shadowy so that people can easily walk. We must understand that Malaysia is a hot country. We need more trees for to shade the area, and we need more trees to sequester the carbon and to increase the oxygen supply in the environment. And most importantly, that the area will be very beautiful and helps to improve the health of the people staying in the surrounding area. Next slide. The 20-minute neighborhood concept is not about traveling by car. It's about the active transportation. We promote walking, we promote cycling, and also we promote the use of public transport. Public transport in this area was given or was provided free. People can ride on the public transport to go to the market, hospital, within the vicinity. It's a free ride, sponsored by the state government. Next slide. An upcycle park, the first upcycle park in Malaysia, with only cost the city council a minimum of about 5K in 1 acres. We call it upcycle park because the components in the park are all upcycle material. With actually we get it from it's a waste in the bins and creatively decorated into an upcycle material. And contribution from the landscape profession is very much needed so that this park be very beautiful and the trees are properly arranged to reflect the situation in the parks. Next slide. Tacoma Park was near to Upcycle Park, consists of 3,700 Tacoma trees. It was planted during National Day on the 27th of August 2017, and it was participated by the industrialists, local institution, and all trees were sponsored by the commercial sector and private sector. Next slide. MBSP Eco Corridor is a collaboration project with United Nations Habitats. I would like to say thank you to ED. She was our former president. Also, collaboration with UCLG, UPM, not to mention the local community. It's actually a link between a residential area that allow flora and fauna to circulate between the zone. It's very beautiful corridor. Thank you, United Nations Habitat, especially Dato Sri Maimuna, for your time to officiate the corridor. Next. And now it's in the progress. People's Aquarium and Community Park is the brainchild of our landscape architect and a few technical supporting department. When we heard koi fish could live in Shimabara on Japan Kyushu Island, we quickly formed up a team led by landscape architect and to conceptualize and make it a reality. And now it's happening in Seberang Perai. If you come to Seberang Perai, you are welcome to People's Aquarium and Community Park in Bandar Pedah. Next. Those on the pipeline is the Extreme River Side Park. If you want to rebrand the Ampang Jaja Town Park, as it was less visitors due to its location. So the idea is still at the infant stage, but I think it surely can be materialized, judged from the previous project that we have undertaken. We propose to have, among others, archery range, rifle range, rock climbing, canoeing, etc. So the contribution from landscape architect, from the other profession is very much needed, because now this Extreme Riverside Park is still on the drawing board. Next slide. Robina Eco Park, a well-designed walkable neighborhood. They are connected through big of land uses of housing, many type of houses. Can access to the quality public transport, healthier, livable communities where people can live, work and play. They have a local place to meet and discuss with the neighbors. And it was officiated recently. Fronting, it has a seaside, near to the seaside. And it was launched by our Right Honorable Chief Minister of Penang. Okay, next slide. During COVID-19, you must remember that the economic factors, economic activity was very much impacted. To make a neighborhood lively, to make a neighborhood accessible and more infrastructure to be constructed, we need income from various activity. So during the pandemic COVID-19, we have a few packages to expedite development approval and put it on the fast track, such as any construction or any development which utilize 15% or renewable energy will be given a fast track. Detached houses, semi-detached factory, car wash and budget hotel also will be given a priority and put on fast track. Next slide, please. Besides that, you must remember the most impacted category or most impacted group are B40, those who are hawkers selling food on the street because they are not allowed to open up their business. So we had identified 25 hawker center, a new hawkers site, and relocate them in that area. For the site that we have identified need more landscape so that it is beautiful, attractive, and draw more business to the hawkers. Next slide. Housing industry was given a priority because the construction industry contributed much to Penang economy. We have drawn a guideline where in certain area developer has to provide 40% low medium cost houses, and that will have a advantage to the local as well as generate more industry, more activity in the housing industry. Next slide. And I believe during the bad time, the government has to spend, because during boom time, private sector will come in and invest, and during bad time, government has to spend. For the budget 2021, we have allocated 2 million for redevelopment of Taman Sentosa Food Complex in Nibong Tebak, Seberang Perai Selatan, upgrading Jetty Lama Public Market at cost of 4 million. It was designed by Ting City. Thank you very much, Ting City. I hope you are here. And redevelopment of Mandin Market, it will cost about 1.4 million. Although council shortage of finance, but we believe during this time we have to spend to make economic to activate the economic activity. Next slide. And finally, way forward, Seberang Perai Circular Economy Roadmap will be the economic focus post COVID-19. We have prepared a roadmap. We are going to launch the action plan very soon, and our aim to get a zero waste city by year 2050. In every program and activities that I spoke or mentioned just now, at least there are 10 SDG goal was achieved, or at least we have close to the 10 SDG goals. With that, I have finished my half an hour presentation. I'm keeping to my time. Thank you very much to the audience and all the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yang Berbahagia Dato. I think listening from you, from Putrajaya here, and you are now in Seberang Perai, we so amazed with you, with your effort. And I think one sentence can really describe you, not only, I believe, a guy with a very beautiful smile that you have on your face, but you are a kind-hearted and people-hearted person. Congratulations, Dato. And how I wish if all the mayors in Malaysia are just like you, doing SDG by heart. So Dato, we are very happy to see that your efforts is basically a very holistic effort. It is not just one-sided. You are talking about economic, social, and also about the environmental justice. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, all participants here in today's seminar, you could see that SDG can be implemented. So maybe before this, we thought SDG is just a theory, it's just a theme. Once again, another coins by another people, by another agency. But by having Yang Berbahagia Dato' Surveyor Haji Rozali, he said to us, he proved to us that SDG can be implemented. And SDG is something that is very, very beneficial for all. Thank you so much, Dato', for your sharing. I'm so happy here and smiling all along the 30 minutes of your presentation. And you gave all the vibes and the positive energy to move forward, and really hope that you could exemplify the rest of mayors in Malaysia. That's how we wish. All right. And inshallah, you're going to be the one. Yes, we trust you and we believe in you.
I have to smile. I have to smile every day so that I feel very less stress and complacent.
Yeah, I think we're the same, Dato'. Even smile in a very stressful day, that's the best medicine, yeah, Dato'?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why you look young, Dato'. All right? Young and handsome guy, okay? So one question here for you, Dato'. We received from Fazila Omar, FB Live. The question is basically upcycle park is very good to educate public about sustainability. So how do you find this upcycle park really change your community before and after? What are the changes? What are the benefits that you can really see happening to the local community? Could you please share with us on that, Yang Berbahagia Dato'? Silakan.
Thank you, Fazila, for the question. It's a very good question. Upcycle park is a park right in front of the B40 apartment. There are about 30,000 people, B40 group staying here. When I met them, before the upcycle was, before we came up with the upcycle, some of the family members questioned me. Dato', you asked us to take care of the family, take care of the elderly. We are having one car. The mother stay with us, or some fathers stay with them, and 2 children. So when we go out, me and my wife and 2 children, the car is already full. Because the park is 23 or 4 or 10 kilometers away. They have to go cross the island, cross the channel to the Penang Island. Now, the significant impact is we built upcycle park right in front of the B40 apartment, benefited 30,000 people. And most importantly, recently from our research, the prices of their houses increased tremendously.
Oh my God,
from
that's
40,500 to 165,500.
Wow.
I advise them, don't sell. Don't sell. Because you are now having a very good scenery right in front of your house. That is the most thing that I can share with you, Dato', moderator.
Wow, that's fantastic,
Thank you.
Yang Berbahagia Dato'. Amazing. And I could imagine if I am one of the local communities and how much you have really made our life easier and how much you have basically giving value to the life of your people. So congratulations on that, Yang Berbahagia Dato'. And we have another question here, right? So Dato', even though this is lunchtime, but they are listening to you and I believe they're just like me. So impressed with what you have been achieving in Seberang Perai. And now I'm questioning myself, what am I doing here in Putrajaya? I should be staying in Seberang Perai. So wish me to be there one day, Dato', right? So, okay.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Right, so there's a one question from Shasha Sham, FB Live. Nama pun dah glamour dah. Shasha Sham said, we should have so many trees by now, right? So now let's hear from Mia. We should have so many trees by now. So Yang Berbahagia Dato', would you like to, would you care to answer that question or the comments by Shasha Sham here? Over to you.
I share Shasha's view because tree is really important for our life. It will sequester the carbon emission as well as produce more oxygen for the mankind. So in Seberang Perai, we had have an event every National Day. We plan to plant 6,000 and more than that, and we have break National Book of Record. We planted 6,000 plus trees in 2020, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
17 and 18.
2017 and 2018, we break National Book of Record. But Shasha, don't worry, I'm here. I promise you, my landscape architect will certainly like to plant more tree, because we plan for the for the 20-minute neighborhood. We cannot walk, it's very hot now. We need perimeter trees to be planted along the walkway, along the cycle lane. We have to do it. Thank you for the comment and thank you for the suggestion.
Thank you so much, Yang Berbahagia Dato. So I think we have a very good team. We have Yang Berbahagia Dato, Dato Haji Rozali. We have Shasha Sham, and we have Mr. Landscape Architect Shakroni over in Seberang Perai. So I think it is just rhyme, Shasha and Shak. So now let's do it together and let's have more trees, especially in Seberang Perai. Oh, it's so beautiful, right? So Dato, I think we still have time. So if you could still be with us. Now, if you could share with us, after last year, people are not able to visit most of the parks that are provided by the local authority. But I think the soul is basically every day, the adrenaline is wanting to go to the park. And now everybody is rushing and even gushing to the park. And what would you see the positive and also negative impact in relation to COVID-19? And how does MBSP in this case putting some mitigations and also rules in order to make sure that people are healthy, people are happy, but still we are within this SOP kind of standard SOP kind of enforcement? Over to you, Dato.
Thank you very much. It's a very difficult question. Before pandemic COVID-19, we have objective to create close family bonding and community bonding through parks. In fact, we have came up with a few banner. One day we would like to see CEO of airlines company sitting with the CEO of Nasi Lemak. They can sit there and chit chat. But when pandemic COVID-19 was declared, that aspiration was slowed down. Anyway, the benefit of it, people are more conscious about health. People are more conscious about cleanliness. When they go to the park, they know how to behave. They follow the SOP without our monitoring, because the pandemic teach them better than we teach them.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Over to you.
Yes, and I think everyone is now smiling after everyone is allowed to go to the parks and whatnot. So, and we really hope that by visiting park, we are able to carve a better smile to the local community, brighter, right? So we have one question here. It's a bit hot and spicy here, Dato. Just be ready, right? So there's one question from FB Live from Mr. Harry William. So his question is that why landscape in Penang Island are different with on mainland? Once again, why landscape in Penang Island are different with on island? So this is a question, Dato.
Okay, Penang Island was established long ago. Mainland at one time was mostly agricultural area, planted with sugarcane, paddy, and also the cash crop. Sorry. So I know it was different, but our focus is actually the natural plantation as well as the natural trees are also becoming a landscape for Seberang Perai. We do not want to touch much on that. Let the natural beauty of Seberang Perai flourish and be a location for ecotourism for them to enjoy. So now we have the best of two worlds. If you want to go a beautiful new landscape, you can go to the Penang Island. If you want to come for the natural landscape, eco vicinities, you come to Seberang Perai. You are welcome. By the way, thank you, William. I also appreciate your comment, your idea, and also your question.
Yeah, I think Mr. Harry William must be very, very happy with answers by Yang Berbahagia Dato'. And I believe that it is really, really true that having this diversity is basically something that we should cherish always, yeah? Okay, there's one more question, Dato'. You're so popular. Oh my God. And I can expect that to happen. We have one question here. Okay. Could Dato' share with us your experience in reducing or curbing the vandalism in the public park? That's from Mr. Go MPP, right?
Vandalism is happening everywhere. But through consultation and discussion with a local group, we can mitigate or reduce the vandalism. I would like to share with audience, we have a strong engagement and heavy discussion with the local. But I have to admit that there are vandalism in certain places. And I want to also share with the audience, Seberang Perai have a very beautiful paddy land. Yeah. So you have to come. I would like to welcome audience or participants to Seberang Perai to enjoy this natural landscape during the harvesting time. Oh my God. Okay, over to you.
So beautiful, Dato'. Yes. We'll be there. Yes. All right. So, yeah, that's the answer from Yang Berbahagia Dato' when it comes to vandalism. It's happening, but I believe one of the best way to curb, which successfully Yang Berbahagia Dato' and MBSP has done, is basically to collaborate. That's the success of these issues, yeah, Yang Berbahagia Dato'. And allow me to read out one more question, Dato', yeah, bear with us, all right? So the question here is actually from Muhammad Salihuddin, right? So the question is that, congratulations to Seberang Perai with the great initiatives. But how do you balance the old and new regulation with the newly proposed green initiatives? Right? So how do you balance the old and new regulation with the newly proposed green initiatives? Over to you, Dato'.
The longer I wait here, the tougher will be the question.
This is, we have another one after this, is it? So, yeah, Dato', after this, there'll be another one. Okay, and then we go for lunch, all right?
Okay. Okay, the old and new regulations, I think most importantly, that we need to engage with the public. We need most of we have to get more participation from the public. The regulation will be the last, to me, will be the last resort. I know there are some outdated regulation, but regulation will be the last resort for taking action. But to regulate the industry, that one we need a professional landscape architect to suggest how to regulate the industry. That is very important because the professional people only know the latest invention in their profession. So as far as Seberang Perai is concerned, we have many professionals. We have architects, we have engineers, we have surveyors, and all the professional in MBSP is on the ground. Is always on the ground. That is how we balance, which is the old and the new regulation. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Dato. Once I heard that we need to regulate the landscape architecture profession, Dato, can I give you a virtual hug? All right. So, okay. So now, last question, Dato. Okay, I just have to read out this one. All right, from Landscape Architect Amos. I'm from Seberang Perai, and I feel proud that Seberang Perai Mayor does the best eco-landscape for the community. Congratulations, Yang Berbahagia Dato. No doubt, and we trust you. Okay, one last question here is that from Bintulu Development, from Zoom, our Zoom line. So what is the most challenging issue facing during implementation of Green Lungs Bandar Perda? Right? The most challenging issues during implementation of Green Lungs Bandar Perda. Over to you, Dato.
Most important is to change the attitudes. I think anywhere, any project, to change the mindset is the most challenging. Although before we started with 20 minutes neighborhood concept, we have intense discussion, we have intense participation, but still to change the mindset, to push people to walk, cycle, is not that easy, especially in Seberang Perai, because moving around is very cheap. Compared to Putrajaya or Kuala Lumpur, you have many toll house to pass through. Seberang Perai, there is no toll. You move along, it's very cheap. So to change the mindsets of local is very challenging. That is my most, the most challenges that I'm facing in Seberang Perai.
Yep. And you are able to do that. Congratulations, Dato.
Thank you.
I believe our session, more than I think about 45 minutes, is something that is so valuable. You set the guidelines, the foundation, and you walk the talk. And now I have people from Seberang Perai congratulating you. So from the bottom of our heart, Dato, we need a person like you to exemplify the best practice of SDG for the people and also for our country. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time, your smile, and also your aspiration to keep us moving and to give us all this positivity. All right? Stay safe, Dato, and take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sese. Thank you.